Hello, gang. It's Tuesday night. I actually found my way back. Wait for a few people to get in here. I'm sitting at another undisclosed location in a dark room. Well, not totally dark room, but I do have some lights, air conditioners running. So, wait and see. There's Robert O'Neill. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Where are you at tonight, brother? Give me a. There's Josh Voorhees. Thanks, guys. Afternoon, evening. Where you at there, Josh and Joseph? Let me know where you're at. I'm still waiting on my guest host. As soon as he comes on here, I want him to let me know that he's here. We're going to the chef. Yeah, that's right. The chef is in the building. Hey, Travis. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm somewhere up north here. We'll just leave it at that. Been a fun-filled day. I know we haven't done a show for a couple of weeks. I've been burning it up quite a bit on both ends, so gonna try maybe doing this deal on Monday nights. It seems to work better for me. The later it gets in the week, the more hectic and the crazier things get. So I'm Jeremy Jansen is going to be joining me tonight. We had a pretty good conversation, so we're going to be doing a little bit of cutting up. Those of you not in the livestock world, you'll probably see some humor in this as well. We're going to discuss that. And Jeremy is out in Nebraska, I think, somewhere today. He was pretty hot under the collar when I talked to him. So, yeah, Daniel Blankenship, Jim Sigler, thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. I'll just put it this way: I had your Schumann yard in the house. Daniel Blankenship, there you go. Daniel, I ran into your boy Steve Colwell today. I tried to run him off the road. Didn't work real well. He had something long and yellow hanging out the back of the wagon when I passed him. So I think he said he was going to West by God, Virginia, or somewhere like that. So hopefully Jeremy joins me. If not, I'm just going to bring a mystery person on here. I'm going to put them on the spot, so somebody better be ready. Tyler is probably not going to join me tonight. I'm not sure what he's into tonight. I know he's been trying to get caught up on what little bit of schoolwork he's got. Plus, he's believe it or not, he's working quite a bit for a change instead of slacking off. He's putting in a lot of hours every week, getting ready for show season, as well as learning how to be a pretty good hand and what have you up there at the barn, up there where I put in my time. So figured, what the heck, hopefully Jeremy will show up here in a minute. But anyway, I don't know if any of you guys are tuned in now, made it to Gats. I didn't go. I don't know. Kind of truck showed out for a while here. Next year might be a little bit different ball game. While waiting on Jeremy to show up, working on Tyler is getting it done. That's exactly right. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up, Jeremy and myself and the other crew over at Pure Country Livestock Association. Those of you that have attended some of the Ohio truck shows I was involved with, I'm not too involved with that anymore. I'm not real sure about the future of that, but working on a cruise in, trying to get all the details nailed down. So go ahead and mark this on your calendar. It's going to be May 9th. We're working on the New Carlisle, Ohio. I can't really release a lot of the details, but we're actually going to do a cruise in. Kind of encourage everybody from the area to show up. It's not going to be a truck show. It's going to be a one-day cruise in. We're going to do a benefit and what have you. I know that for this cruise in, we're working on some pretty good entertainment. And those of you that have been involved with truck shows that I've been involved with in the past, you guys have showed up. We've never let anybody down as far as entertainment. So we kind of got some big stuff in the works. Just got to wait on a few other pieces to come together. But those of you locally, I'm working with one of the classic country stations that plays 80s and 90s style country. So as that starts coming together a little bit, we're going to do that. It's not going to be a truck show. It's going to be more of a cruise in, like the first Take Pride truck shows that we did. No judging or anything like that. It's just going to be a time where we can all come together and hang out and just have a good time. So if any of you guys think of anybody you could bring on board as a sponsor here to help put this thing together, it's monumental what we're going to do this year. So anybody comes up with any ideas, message me and we'll see what we come up with. Oh, there's Maddie Williams, the voice, not the face, from Chrome and Steel Radio. I guess she's checking up on me to make sure I'm actually doing my job tonight. And unfortunately, Tyler's not with me, to Maddie. I know that's why you tuned in, was to see Tyler, but he's not here. Jeremy Jansen, if he ever gets his cell coverage in. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of kick it off here. What we're going to discuss, kind of the hot topic in the livestock world. Those of you that have actually done it in the past, that man, the more help, the merrier. There, Travis. Once we put this thing together. But anyway, Jack and Dave shows tuned in as well as Dave Coleman. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and. That's really the only other truck show I'm involved with organizing. Josh is asking me the question, what other truck shows do you do besides the Buckeye? That's really the only one I've ever been actively involved with. There's some future things going on that I can't really talk about, but we're going to work on doing a Pure Country Livestock Jam and Cruise in on May 9th. We're also going to invite kind of the local car clubs and what have you to come in too, so it'll be a pretty good time. We're going to use it as a benefit for autism, St. Jude's, and probably Truckers Final Mile. We're trying to drum up some support for them, so we can do what we can to help with autism. Truckers Final Mile, I know y'all know all about that, so I know there's an ongoing need at all times with Truckers Final Mile. So, if you feel like you ever feel the need, go to truckersfinalmile.org and help Robert out. I know he puts all of his time into it that he's got. He lives in his truck pretty much all the time, like a lot of us do. So, if you can, help him out. And then also working on some big things over at PCLA outside of the truck show. So kind of follow what they're doing on Facebook as well. I don't know where Jeremy's at. He's probably out in Nebraska somewhere where he doesn't have any cell coverage. But anyway, for those of you following the incident, I'm not real sure where it occurred. It either happened up in Brooks, Saskatchewan, or Alberta. There was a Bullhauler up there that allegedly ran over a protester. Now, the more I watched that video, and this information that I come across on the video was from CDL Life, and that was actually posted. I guess the driver that was involved with that, he's keeping a real low profile. I know there's been some folks that have wanted to. There's Jeremy. I'm going to bring him on here before I get into this too deep. Everybody, hold on for a minute. Alrighty, while I'm bringing Jeremy on, Jack and Dave show, Pure Country Livestock is Chrome and Steel Radio. For that. There's Jeremy right there. Howdy, sir. I was just getting ready to kick this whole conversation off. We were talking about with the driver at the livestock plant. I think it was up in Canada. Haven't been able to figure out exactly where that was right now, but kind of want to talk about that and situations that arise that guys that don't do livestock. I know some of the guys that go in and out of the processing plants for livestock, they've run into one or two protesters standing around out there, especially the reefer guys, but not really at the level that is us in the livestock world. So what Jeremy and I were talking about tonight, that's why I brought him on, kind of things that he's observed, and we'll kind of throw some ideas out there on, hey, how should we handle this as far as an industry as well as those of us within the livestock world. So take it away, Jeremy. Tell me anyway, I guess I'll give the rest of the background deal here for those of you that weren't aware of it. The driver, we think it was somewhere up in Canada, that allegedly ran over the protester, which the more I've watched that video, the more I think it was a stage deal. As you guys have seen the picture of the driver looking at somebody in the camera and giving them the thumbs up. And I believe he was, in my opinion, I wasn't there, don't know, but in my opinion, it looked like he was distracted, and the protesters he was making a curve probably stepped out in front of him, because that was definitely a low-speed setup type of deal, in my opinion. So there we kind of laid the groundwork for what Jeremy and I are going to be talking about. So now it's your turn to give your input on what you've seen and know of other guys that have how we would handle that, and can the trucker ever win on that deal? Joseph O'Neill already says it was a setup in his opinion as well. So, can you hear me, Jeremy? Hello, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to kind of give your input, you've been in.
Sounds good.
Your ball, your court.
I think it was a setup. Yeah, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you great. I think there's just a delay in it right now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay, so.
So anyway, give me your input.
My input on it, I think it is staged a little bit. And hold on.
Yeah, watch what you're doing there. Travis, I believe that they made
that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. I had it switched to watch party, sharing it, and it was given a reverb.
Oh, okay. But anyway, Travis brought up the point. He didn't get charged, did he? I believe he got a $780 fine or something like that for what had happened on that deal, supposedly. Yeah, I think you're right. This might be a little tough tonight with you. You still there, Jeremy? Yeah, Denise, you're right. Then they said you're breaking that much harm the animals. You're exactly right. I believe I'm gonna post something that I come across. I'm not sure if Jeremy's still there or not. I come across some the Ohio Farm Bureau actually has put something together, and I believe there's actually legislation. Anyway, the Ohio Farm Bureau, I believe yeah, Doug, yeah, it's possible. It's muffled from time to time when Jeremy's cut. Ohio Farm Bureau has started distributing signs, for lack of better words, for agri-terrorism. The state of Ohio doesn't stand for that kind of stuff. Anybody who's harming crops, doing damage, or whatever is considered agri-terrorism. Actually, and it goes right down to the point with anybody who's even harming livestock can be charged with agri-terrorism in the state of Ohio. I'm going to bring Jeremy back in. Let's see what happens here this time. Anyway, the state of Ohio, they've actually got legislation that somebody who's even caught in the act of it, will actually whatever happened, and there's the best livestock possibly be absolved from the kind of litigation. How are you now, Jeremy?
I had to do things a little different. Where I'm at, I don't have a lot of service, so I had to Wi-Fi into my iPad, which has full service in this area because it's based out of Colorado. So now I got service.
Now, when we're talking about the agri-terrorism, it's on the huge
What I'm seeing there, what I've seen at the plants that we go to, is they're kind of kept off of the property and not allowed on the property, which keeps away from a lot of the problems that video happened with that driver, like we said before, we think it's staged. That he was getting distracted when that lady walked out. But I think just being... Go ahead. I think just being professional about it, you know, they have their right to say stuff, but we have our right to do our job and do it the most safe and professional manner we can. So they can stay off into the grass, up on the sidewalk, off the roadway, protest all they want, put their banners up, but they should not be able to step in front of our vehicle and stop us from doing our work, put us in harm's way, put us for a potential to hurt them and get stuck in some type of lawsuit. Plus, if they step in front of our vehicle, we're slamming on the brakes, which is potentially causing harm to our animals. So, they have every right to protest. That's fine, but don't hurt us from doing our job. Stay back off the roadway.
Hey, Jeremy, we're not going to do it.
I don't know if I can push him. Let me roll the window up. Hold on a second. That better?
Hopefully that's really high.
Remember, I don't have AC, brother.
I know. That was going to be the next topic of discussion. Stock together. Anyway, yeah, we're going to discuss another situation. Jeremy's having a terrible day today. And I really think that if he did his proper maintenance on his truck, this wouldn't be happening.
About earlier?
Yeah, Jeremy was hot. Jeremy was really hot. A lot of those are trying to special lay it out there.
Well, you know, it's horrible anymore. The fact that we have lost the great guys that were knowledgeable in the industry. I mean, what happened to your parts guys that you could call and say, hey, I got this and going on, and he can look up the part number just off what engine it is. I mean, I called 3 dealerships. This truck is a glider, but it also has the most known motor there is. It's got a 12.7 Detroit in it. And that motor has been in every model of truck except for maybe a Mack. But they sat there and wanted to argue with me about the fact that they needed my VIN number. Well, you're not even a Kenworth dealer. It ain't going to do you any good to do my VIN number. I'm telling you what the part is. I'm telling you what it looks like. I'm giving you the model number. These guys don't understand any of that. In the meantime, while them 3 dealerships all tried to look, I found the part on Amazon, on the internet, faster than they did. And none of them carried the part. I mean, like I said, it's a very common part. And I called my home shop that deals with your common stuff. They have 4 of them on the shelf. But a dealership, 3 different dealerships, didn't have one. Kenworth didn't have one. Bullhaulin, which has Detroit motors, and Freightliner, which are primarily Detroit motors. None of them had a freaking AC compressor.
What gets me about that is we discussed that. There's only 2 types of compressors. Well, there's more than that, but really, there's only 2 types of compressors. got the pad mount, and the type of engine. It's basically a whole especially when you've got the monitor that run up the compressor. It's looking at the and that's
It was horrible. I mean, the knowledge is gone. That's just like a mechanic anymore. They treat us. I mean, everything is electronic, and we got to hook to the ECM. And we'll tell you. I don't know how many times I've called my shop at home and fixed my own truck in the parking lot with my headset on and my mechanic talking me through it instead of paying a frickin' shop that would have spent 3 hours diagnosing it on a computer. We just fix it on the side of the road or in the parking lot at the parts store.
Yep. That's what's pathetic. These guys are technicians today because they've got a background with a computer, plug it into the data port instead of actually being a mechanic and being able to diagnose something. I mean, our mechanic back here where I'm at, I work for here at the cattle company, I can tell him just about pinpoint what the problem is. He knows what parts to order 99% of the time because I can tell him what the symptoms are, what the problem is, and he's already got a good idea where the problem is. I mean, it's up to the drivers as well to be able to give a mechanic a really good rundown of what the symptoms and everything else are. Those of you that have been out here for a long time, you understand the value in that of having a good relationship, but you've got people working at a dealership with the service riders that don't even know what you're talking about, and they don't relay that to the mechanic. This is drivers. We're not even allowed to go talk to the mechanic to tell them what's going on anymore in a dealership. So.
Oh yeah.
Man, what'd you do? There's no background noise now.
I rolled the windows up and I'm just driving down the road.
Oh my goodness, you're
I can even
sweltering right now.
I can even hear you.
What a deal!
It might be the fact
Green.
now that I got good service with my Verizon and good service with my Wi-Fi.
Okay. Robert Green just tuned in. He ran into a problem. I don't know what happened there. I had an incoming call. I had to tune that one out. Yeah, Robert Green, right after he left Gats down there, he was all stoked, ready to go, and his AC took a dump. From what I understood, and it ended up actually just being the blower motor. But I think he was down for 2 days for them to get into it and figure out what the problem was. And it wasn't the blower motor for quit blowing. Go figure. It goes back to lack of technical abilities on the technician's part, I guess.
I think so. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't figure that stuff out in a day.
Well,
but nobody carries parts either. So if they figure it out in a day, it's still going to take 2 days because they're going to have to order parts.
No, yeah, that's why all the shops are so full anymore. Because trucks are in there waiting on parts. I mean, our mechanic, he's gotten to the point now when he's ordering parts, he'll tell the parts guy exactly what he needs, and he still can't even get the right part. Simple orifice tube on an AC system. The guy orders an expansion valve, and it was the orifice tube, and he told him clearly that it was the orifice tube. For those of you that are familiar with AC systems today, the big difference between an expansion valve and a little bitty freaking screen. I mean, come on. A good parts guy knows the difference. Right down to a compressor versus a pulley or a belt. I mean, it's simple stuff. You order parts, wait for them. Simple as our mechanic for one of our trucks. We didn't have any keys for the door locks. Ordered new lock set by the VIN number for the entire truck. Gets them in. They're the old style flipping locks. They won't even work on a truck. Took them 2 days to get a set of locks. And come on, give me a break. Just like you ordered a mirror for the truck.
I need to do new door locks on this truck.
Well, there you go. See, I just reminded you of something. So, but anyway, now before you joined in here, I was kind of mentioning a little bit about what we're doing over at PCLA. Figured I'd let them know we're kind of working on a benefit on June 9th back here in Ohio. I didn't share too much other than it was just going to be a cruise in with big trucks and not an actual truck show, but more of a cruise in. And what we were going to do and team up with Robert Palm as well from Trucker's Final Mile. So kind of start spreading the word out here a little bit about what we're working on. We're not going to let the cat out of the bag till we got things locked down on the big news.
It will be a fun time. That's all I can say.
How about Monumental?
Well, yeah,
Definitely
we could
gonna
say
be
it.
something that you're going to want to see.
Yeah, you're gonna want to attend. Definitely, if everything comes through, you're gonna want to attend. Either way, you're.
Oh, hey, we got a viewer from Western Australia just tuned in right now. I think Jeremy just lost his cell again. Paul Perry from Man Life. How the hell do you say that? Paul Perry from Australia. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Damn it, I can't even say it. Whoop, 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 loom, dinger, ring, dinger, something like that. Western Australia just tuned in. Shit, I can't remember how to, pardon me. I can't remember how to say that. Right, Paul, tune it in. Paul, if you're still there, spell it out for me. I gotta say this. I gotta give a shout out to the name of the town you're from. I mean, it is pure Australian, the name of this town. It's not Rouville or something like that. I can't remember the name of it to save my neck right now. But he runs in and out of the gold mines out of Western Australia. He pulls road trains out there. So, and that's on my bucket list. I don't know about yours, Jeremy, but Jerry, to go to Australia and pull bull racks.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd
Randy,
like to do it one time.
Yep. Randy Lincoln just made a comment. Sounds like a Joy's ride type of deal that we're doing. Well, he might be on to a little bit right there.
A little bit.
Wouldn't you say be safe?
A little bit.
Stay tuned in. But hey, we got to give a shout out to the guys down there at the. Here it is. Paul just told me the name of the town in Western Australia he's from. It's Kalgoorlie, Boulder. Kalgoorlie, Boulder, Western Australia. So find that one on the map. Anybody? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. I think he wins the award for the most loyal long distance listener.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think Paul's probably hauled a few cattle out there in Western Australia too. He's definitely one of them roughnecks, kind of like what we are.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a good deal.
No, yeah, I think it'd be a blast to go over there and play with them guys.
Yep.
Kalgoorlie, Boulder. My land. Now I got to look it up and see exactly where it is. But now, anyway, going back to what we said about Randy, sounds like a Joey's ride type deal. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but we're not going to be able to do a convoy or a road cruise or anything like that. It's
especially just to drive in and park and have a good time.
Yep. Basically, the way I like to call this type of deal. Really, I think a good way to put it is it's going to be one of the biggest back row parties in the nation.
Yeah, it's going to be a jam session.
That's right. So, but anyway, gotta give a plug right now to the Davy Crockett TA down off exit 36 on I-81. Family owned franchise TA down there. I know Jeremy's been in there. Whoops. Jeremy's been in there a few times trying to find trying
Bill
to find Bill
CDs.
Weaver CDs, which
They never have them. They never have them.
You know what? You have better luck getting them at the truck wash. And I'm not going to plug a truck wash, but we all know which one we're talking about.
Right?
So
I probably would have better luck.
yeah, if Bill ever gets by there and drops off a shipment of them. So, but yeah, tell them what they got down there at the Davy Crockett. Tell everybody what all you've seen there for amenities and everything else.
Well, they expanded their parking lot. There was a gravel, grassy area off between the parking lot and the Dollar General. That's all now new parking. So if they ain't got it in the truck stop, you got Dollar General. But the truck stop's got really good food at the IHOP. You got Dunkin' Donuts. They're good coffee. Little Caesar's Pizza. You can go draw pictures on the big motif of Tony standing next to Little Caesars, or take selfies next to it.
Tony.
Put a mustache
Tell
on
him
it.
we said to do it. Yeah.
I'll get a sticky one and I'll be in Knoxville tomorrow or Wednesday morning. Maybe I should just drive up and put a sticky mustache on it for him.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, you know what? We just had our first volunteer for a 53-foot cooler.
For a what?
For the cruise in. For the cruise in. Somebody just volunteered a 53-foot cooler.
Oh, that's scary.
It is going to be a family-friendly event because of what
Exactly.
we're doing at Forest and then St.
Yep,
Jude's.
it'll be. We'll be on our best behavior, but it'll still be a great time with some of our best friends.
Oh yeah, and if you come there and you don't have friends when you leave there, you'll have a lot of new friends.
That's
so
right.
It's all about bringing back the brotherhood and the camaraderie in the industry. There's a name that I haven't seen pop up for a while. Alan Wilcher, where are you, brother? I don't know if you're still at home with Sierra Sugar out in Vegas, or if you're out chasing another trade show somewhere. But welcome back, brother. Haven't seen you in ages. Looking forward to seeing you guys again at some point. Greg Bolt, I think Greg messaged me at one point. He was wondering what it would be like to get into the livestock hauling world, and I said, you'd be all right. So I know what he's done in the past. He'd be all right. I've seen pictures of him carrying sheep to the back of his pickup. From what happened from that point on, I don't know what's going on.
Well, we loaded 6 loads of very, very, very rank Charolais. And I'll tell you, one of them really wanted to get a piece of me. And the only thing that stopped it was the gate. And it hit it so hard that blood went everywhere. And it wanted a piece of me. Actually, it went so rough that we quit using that loading chute for the safety of the next guys to load.
Really?
That place is just not. That chute is better to just unload and not load because of the way it's set up. There's nowhere to go, and with cattle that wild, it got to be a safety issue. But everybody came out. Everybody came out safe and unhurt, so that was all that mattered to me.
Right. Hey, for those of you that are tuned in, Randy said he's doing a fundraiser deal, like a lot of people do for Trucker's Final Mile for his birthday, like a lot of people do. So we'll give a plug out there on yet another way for those of you to give to Robert. I know he's got ongoing needs right now. I've talked to him today for quite a while. Those of you that come up to the cruise in, you'll see Robert there.
I want to plug Robert just for 1 second.
Go for it.
You know, I've dealt with Robert with Trucker's Final Mile since day one of Trucker's Final Mile. And we do stuff back and forth. And I tell you what, we did something with a guy that had an accident. And Robert is the kind of guy that he goes, well, we're going to see what funds are. We'll get this stuff together about getting this guy home. And then all of a sudden, Robert goes, well, if I don't have the funds, Friday's payday. You know what that tells me? That tells me that if the funds ain't available, that man will drop his own money to make stuff happen.
Yep.
And love for the industry
And I know
and
that's his heart
drivers
and
out
soul.
here.
That's his heart and soul, what he does with that.
So it's a great deal that he does. So I'm glad we work with him.
Yep. Proud to call him a friend as well. I've helped him out at different venues. And I went out to Iowa 80 and helped him out there. And,
yes, and he's put our stuff out, flyers for us out when he's at different venues that we can't get to. We do vice versa.
Yep. So, well, I think we're about time to wrap this thing up tonight. I got to get some sleep. It's going to be an early morning, and I know you need to get some air flowing on you there, buddy. So,
I need a fan. I need to buy a fan tonight.
I told you to buy one earlier, and you didn't listen, so it's your own fault.
I'm waiting. No, I'm waiting till I get over to where I can use my points card so I don't have to pay for it.
There you go.
Call me cheap,
Hey.
but every penny counts.
Plug the forearm. Let's see your forearm. That one.
That
Is
one?
that We the People? Or is that
Yes,
the
it
other one?
is. No, that's
We the
We the People. Yep.
And don't forget that. We the people, we the truck drivers, we make a difference. And
That's right.
hey, right now I want to thank every driver out there, not for tuning in today, but this is supposedly Truck Driver Appreciation Week. I stopped at a couple of fuel stops on the way up here to where I'm at. Absolutely not a thing. One of them is one of the big yellow and orange or yellow and red logoed companies. I got a cup of coffee, cost me the full $1.99. Didn't get any kind of, hey, thank you very much, driver or nothing. So what kind of appreciation is that? You know, this country better be thankful that we're willing to lay it on the line, all of our hard work, everything we've worked our whole life for, lay our family's futures on the line, just so they can have cheap goods done cheaply, only to be abused in loading docks across the country. We won't even go into the other things that we've got to put up with, and I think you understand what I'm going through. But a police nation that we live in, we are truly not appreciated, but they want to make a big deal out of it. So let's all
Hey, I'm not plugging nobody. I'm not plugging anybody, but I'm having a little bit of fun. So
what are you wearing there? Tell me what it is. Is that one of Sharon's? Well, whatever he just said, I can't understand it.
huh?
Try it again, Jeremy.
I'll send you a picture. Have a good one.
All right, we'll do. Anyway, thanks, Jeremy. Be safe tonight. Those of you that tuned in tonight, thank you very much for bearing with us and everything. We're probably going to change this to Monday nights. A lot of times it's a whole lot easier. I'll try to keep everybody posted on when we're doing the show, especially on Fridays. My week sometimes varies, but it's starting to work better for me earlier in the week. So. I don't know if he's got auto tune on or whatever, but anyway, thank you everybody.